Did everybody make sure their phone is switched off?
Yes, I have tricks in my pocket, I have things up my sleeve, but I am the opposite of a stage magician. A magician gives you illusion in the form of truth, but I give you truth in the pleasant disguise of illusion. To begin with, I turn back time, back to the quaint period, the 30s, where the huge middle class of America was matriculating in a school for the blind. Their eyes had failed them, or they had failed their eyes. But still, the fingers pressed down forcibly on the fiery braille alphabet of America. That is the social background of the play. I'm the narrator of the play, but I'm also a character in it. The other characters are my sister Laura and my mother Amanda. There is also a gentleman caller in the play, but being a poet, I have my weakness for symbols, so this character is only ever used as a symbol. But there's also a fifth character, my father. He left us going on 16 years now. He worked for a telephone company, but I guess he fell in love with long distances and he just skipped life fantastic out of town. The last we heard of him was off a postcard he sent us from the coast of Mexico, containing only 2 words: hello and goodbye. I think the rest of the play will explain itself.
Tom?
Yes, Mother?
We can't say grace until you come to the table.
I'm coming, Mother.
Amen. Oh, honey, don't push with your fingers. If you have to push with something, push with a crust of bread. And chew, chew. Animals have sections in their stomachs which allow them to digest food without mastication, but human beings are meant to chew their food before swallowing it down. And eat food leisurely, son. A well-cooked meal has lots of delicate flavors which need to be held in your mouth for appreciation, so chew your food and allow your salivary glands a chance to function.
You know, I haven't enjoyed a single bite of this dinner because of you and your hawk-like attention to every single bite I take. And all this talk of animals, salivary glands, and mastication. It's sickening, it spoils my appetite.
Temperament like a metropolitan, son. You're not excused from the
Get a
table.
cigarette.
You smoke too much.
I will bring in the blonde motion.
No, no, sister. You be the lady, I'll be the daughter.
I am already up.
Resume your seat. I want you to stay fresh and pretty for those gentlemen callers.
I'm not expecting any gentlemen callers.
Well, sometimes they come when they are least expected. Why, I remember one Sunday afternoon, Blue Mountain.
I know it's coming.
But let her tell it.
Again?
She loves to tell it.
One Sunday afternoon in Blue Mountain, your mother received 17 gentlemen callers. Sometimes there wasn't enough chance to accommodate them all.
How did you entertain all of those gentlemen callers?
I understood the art of conversation.
I bet you could talk.
Girls in those days knew how to talk, I can tell you.
Yeah?
They needed to entertain their gentlemen callers. It wasn't enough for them to be possessed by a pretty face and graceful figure, although I was not alighted in either sense. They needed to have a nimble wit and tongue for every occasion.
So what did you talk about?
Things of importance in the world, nothing too coarse or common or vulgar. My callers were gentlemen, all. Some of the most prominent young men of Mississippi Delta, planters and sons of planters. There were the Coultier brothers, Wesley and Bates. Bates was one of my right particular beaux. He got in a quarrel with one of those Wainwright boys. They shot it out on the floor of Moonlight Casino. His wife was well accounted for, came in 8 or 10 acres. She married him on a rebound. He never loved her. Carried my picture on him the day he died. And then there was that boy that every girl in Delta had set a cap for. The brilliant Fitzhugh boy from Greene County.
What did he leave his widow?
He never married. Gracious, you act as though all my old admirers had turned their toes up to the days.
Well, I mean, this is the first you've mentioned that still survives.
He went up north, made a fortune, came to be known as the Wolf of Wall Street. Why, he had the Midas touch. Whatever he touched turned to gold. And I could have been Mrs. Duncan J. Fitzhugh. Mind you, I picked your father.
Mother, let me clean it.
Oh, no. You practice your typewriter or your shorthand a little bit. The gentlemen callers are going to start arriving. How many do you think we're going to accommodate this afternoon?
I don't believe we're going to receive any.
Not one? Not one? You must be joking. There must be a flood or there must be a tornado.
It's not a flood, Mother. It's not a tornado. I'm just not popular like you were in Blue Mountain. Mother's afraid I'm going to be an old maid. Hello, Mother. I was.
Deception.
How was the DAR meeting, Mother? Didn't you go to
No, I did not have the strength to go to the DAR. In fact, I didn't have the courage. I wanted to find a hole in the ground and hide myself in there forever.
Why did you do that?
Why, how old are you, Laura?
You know
Because
what
I thought
I
you were an
did.
adult. I must have been mistaken.
Please don't stare at me.
What are we going to do? What is going to become of us? What is the future?
Mother, has something happened?
I'll be all right in a moment. I'm just bewildered. By life.
No. Mother, I wish you would tell me what's happened.
I went to Ruby Cam's business college this morning to tell them about you having a cold and see what progress you've been making down there. I introduced myself as your mother. She didn't know who you were. Wingfield. We don't have any such student enrolled in this school, and I assured her. No, my daughter has been going since early January. I wonder, she said, if you could be talking about that terribly shy girl who dropped out only a few days after attendance. I said, no. My daughter, my Laura, has been going every day for the past 6 weeks. She said, She took out her attendance book, and there your name was, unmistakably printed. And all the days you were absent until they decided that you had dropped out. I still said, no, there must be some mistake. There must be some mix-up in the records. She said, no, I remember now. Her hand shook terribly, so she couldn't hit the right keys. And the first time we took a speeding test, she got so sick to the stomach that she nearly had to be carried out to the washroom. She never came back after that day. Called the house. While I was working at famous bar. $50 tuition. My hopes and ambitions for you gone. Up the spout like that. What are you doing? Laura, where have you been going when you've been pretending to go to Ruby Camp's business college?
I have just been going out walking.
Walking. Deliberately catching pneumonia in that night coat. Where?
All sorts of places. Mostly in the park.
Even after catching that cold?
It was the lesser of two evils, Mother. I couldn't go back. I threw up on the floor.
From 7:30 to 5, you mean to tell me that you've been walking around in the park to make me believe that you've been going to Ruby Camp's business college?
It wasn't as bad as it sounds. I went inside.
Inside where?
I went to the art museum and the birdhouses at the zoo. I visited penguins every day.
You did all of this to deceive me. For deception? Why?
Mother, when you are disappointed, you get that awful suffering look on your face, and like that picture, Mother.
Oh, hush.
But
So what are we gonna do? Just stay inside all our lives and watch the parades go by? Amuse ourselves with glass menagerie and worn-out records her father left us as a painful reminder of him? We won't have a business career because it gave us nervous indigestion. Eating the crust of humility all our lives, is that the life we mapped out for ourselves? It's the only alternative I can think of. It's not a very good alternative. Although some girls do marry. Haven't you ever liked the boy?
I have once. I came across his picture a while ago.
He gave you his picture.
No, it's from the year.
A high school boy.
His name was Jim. Here he is in the Pirates of Penzance.
The what?
Pirates of Penzance, the operetta senior class put on. He had a wonderful voice, and we sat across the aisle from each other on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. See his grin?
He must have had a jolly disposition.
He used to call me Blue Roses.
Why would he call you any name like that?
When I had that attack of pleurosis, he asked me what was the matter when I came back. I said, pleurosis. and he thought I said blue roses. So that's what he called me after that. Every time he saw me, he'd holler, "Hello, blue roses." And I never cared for the girl he went out with, Emily Meisenbach. It says in the personal section they are engaged. Well, that's 6 years ago.
Girls who aren't cut out for business school usually ends up marrying some young, nice man. And that's just what you'll do.
But Mother,
Yes.
I am crippled.
Nonsense. You have a small defect, hardly noticeable. And people with disadvantages like that make up for it with charm and vivacity and charm. That's one thing your father had, lots of charm.
Christ's name am I supposed to do?
Expression in my presence. Have you gone out of this?
I have, that's true, I've driven out.
What is the matter with you? You big idiot.
In my life here that I can call my...
Your voice.
I have no thing, no
Stop
single
that
thing.
shouting.
You confiscated my books. You had to
I
know.
took those books back to the library, yes. By that insane Miss Lawrence. I cannot control the output of diseased minds and the people who cater to them. But I will not allow such filth in my house.
House? Your house? Who pays rent on it? Who makes
Don't
a slave?
you dare!
Oh, no, I mustn't say things.
Let me tell you.
No, I won't hear
you
you.
will hear
I'm going
me.
out.
You come back
Out, because I'm tired of hearing you.
Tom Winfield, I am at the end of my patience.
And what do you think I'm at, Mother? Don't you think I should have patience to reach the end of? I know, it might seem unimportant to you. Well, I want to do what I dream of being.
You've been doing things that you're ashamed of. That's why you're acting like this. I don't believe you go every night to the movies. Nobody goes to the movies night after night. Nobody goes to the movies as often as you pretend to. People don't go to the movies at nearly midnight, and movies don't let out at 2 a.m. Come in stumbling and muttering to yourself like some kind of maniac. You get 2 hours sleep, then go down there, I can imagine, moping and doping because you are in no condition.
No, I'm in no condition.
What right do you have to jeopardize a job? To jeopardize the security
Listen,
of all of us?
You think I'm crazy about the warehouse. You think I'm in love with the Continental shoemakers. And you think I want to spend 55 years down there in that Silatex interior with fluorescent tubes? Look, I'd rather someone picked up a crowbar and battered out my brains than go that mornings. But I go every time you come and yell at that goddamn rise and shine. And I think to myself, oh wow, how lucky dead people are. And I go for what? For $65 a month, I give up all I ever dream of doing and being. And you say self. Self's all I ever think of? Why listen, Mother, if self's all I ever thought of, I'd be where he is. I'd be gone. As far as the system of transportation can take me.
Where are you going?
Going to the movies.
I don't believe that lie.
Opium dens. Oh, I'm going to opium dens, Mother. Dens of vice and criminal hangouts. Oh, Mother, I've joined the Hogan gang. I'm a hired assassin. I carry a Tommy gun and a violin case. Do you know what they call me? Oh, they call me Killer. Killer Wingfield. I run a string of cat houses in the valley. Come on, I'm leading the double life here. I'm a simple, honest warehouse worker by day, but by night I'm a dynamic czar of the underworld. Oh, I could tell you things that would make you sleepless. I wear a patch over one eye and a false mustache, and sometimes I even put on little green whiskers. And when I do that, they call me El Diablo. My enemies have plans to dynamite this place. They're gonna blow us all sky high one night. I'll be glad. I'll be very happy, and so will you. Because you'll go up on a broomstick over Blue Mountain with 17 gentlemen callers. You ugly, babbling old witch. been to the movies?
All this time to the movie?
Oh yeah, there was a Mickey Mouse and a Garbo picture and a newsreel and a travelogue and an advertisement for all the upcoming events. And there was an organ solo and a collection for the milk fund simultaneously. That edited a really big fight between a fat lady and an usher.
Did you have to stay through everything?
Of course I did. And oh, Laura, there was a really big stage show. And the headliner of the stage show, do you know what he was called? Malvolio the Magician. Oh, he performed the wonderfulest tricks, like pouring water back and forth between pictures. But the best trick of them all was when we nailed him into a coffin. And he got out without removing one single nail. Now there's a trick to help me get out of this 2x4 situation. Shh. What are you shushing me for, Laura?
You will wake up Mother.
Oh, goody. I'll pay her back for all those rise and shine, rise and shine. You know, Laura, it don't take much to get yourself into a coffin. But who the hell ever got himself out of one without removing a single nail?
Tom, it's nearly 7. Don't make Mother nervous.
Laura, tell your brother his coffee's ready.
Tom, speak to Mother this morning. Apologize. Make up with her.
Well, she won't to me. It's her that started not speaking.
If you just say you're sorry, she'll start speaking.
Mother not speaking, is that really such a tragedy, Laura?
Tom, please, please.
Laura, are you gonna go or do I have to get dressed and go out myself?
I'm going. Soon as I get off my phone. Butter and what else?
Just butter. Tell them to charge it.
But, Mother, they make such faces when I do that.
Sticks and stones may break our bones, but the face on Mr. Garfinkel won't harm us.
Tom, do what I asked you to do. Will you? Will you, Tom?
Laura, go now or don't go at all.
I am gone.
Laura?
I'm alright. I just slept. I'm alright.
If anyone breaks a leg on those fire escapes, the landlord ought to be sued for every cent he possessed.
Mother, I apologize, Mother, for everything what I said. I didn't mean it.
My devotion has made me a witch, and I've made myself hateful to my children.
No, you don't.
I just get so worried. It makes me nervous. Don't sleep.
And I understand that.
And I've just put up solitary battles for years, but you're my right hand bower. Don't fall down. Don't fail.
I try, Mother.
Try and you will succeed. Why? You're just full of natural endowments. Both of my children are they're unusual children. You don't think I know that? So much to be happy for, but Tom, promise me one thing.
What?
Promise me you'll never be a drunkard.
I'll never be a drunkard, Mother.
That's what frightened me so, is that you'd be drinking. Need a bowl of Purina?
No, thank you, Mother. I've got coffee.
Oh, you got 5-10 minutes. Can't go to work on an empty stomach. Don't go. Drinking too hot liquor will give cancers in your stomach. Put cream in it.
No, thank
School
you.
it.
No, I'd like it black.
I know it's just not good for you. And in these trying times, we have to do everything to build ourselves up. That's so important. Tom, I sent your sister out because I wanted to discuss something with you.
What is it that you'd like to discuss?
Laura.
Oh, Laura.
Well, you know how she is. Quiet. Still, the water runs deep. She notices things, and I think she broods about them. I came in one day and she was crying.
What about?
You. She has this idea that you're not happy here.
What gives you that idea?
What gives her any idea? However, you do act strangely. I'm not criticizing. I understand you're not happy in the warehouse, but like other people, you've had to make sacrifices. And Tom, life's not easy. It calls for a Spartan endurance. There's so much in my heart that I'd like to explain to you. And, look, I never told you, but I loved your father.
I know that, Mother.
And just seeing you taking after his ways, staying out late and drinking. Laura says you hate the apartment and go out nights to get away from it. Is that true?
No. Look, you say there's so many things in your heart that you can't describe to me. I guess that's true of me too. There's so many things in mine that
But Tom, why are you always so restless? Where do you go out to at night?
I go to the movies.
But why do you go to the movies?
I go to the movies because I like adventure, and adventure isn't anything I get at the warehouse.
But Tom, you go to the movies entirely too much.
I like a lot of adventure.
But most young men find adventure in their
Are
careers.
most young men employed in this warehouse?
The world is full of young men employed in warehouses and offices
And
and
do all of them
factories.
find adventure
They
in those
do.
careers?
Oh, they do. But
Man is by instinct a lover, a hunter, a fighter, and none of those are given any play in the warehouse.
Don't quote instinct to me. Instinct is something that we've got away from. It belongs to animals. Christian
What
adults
do Christian
don't
adults want then, Mother?
superior things, things of the mind and the spirit.
I reckon they don't.
You must be children. That isn't what I wanted to discuss.
Look, Mother, I'm late.
You have 5 minutes.
Do you really
I
want
wanna
to
talk
punch bread
about
in the
Laura.
warehouse? All right. What about Laura?
We have to be making some plans and provisions for her. She's older than you, about 2 years, and nothing has happened. She just drifts along doing nothing.
Well, I guess she's just the type that people call homegirls.
There is no such thing, and if there is, it is a pity. Unless that home is hers and with her husband.
What?
I know what you're dreaming of. I'm not standing here blindfolded. I saw that letter you got from the Marines. Then go. Do it. But not until you have someone to take your place.
What do you mean?
Once you find someone to take care of Laura, and I don't say me because I am old and dependent. I say Laura because she is young and dependent.
Well, what can I do about it?
Overcome selfishness. Self is all you ever think about.
Mother, I'm late. I've got to go.
I didn't ask you what I wanted to. Is there some nice young man around?
No.
Come on.
No, Mother.
Find one that's clean living and doesn't drink.
Oh, my God.
Find it for your sister and to get acquainted. To me. Will you, dear? Will you? Will you, dear?
Yes.
you made a wish on it yet?
Uh-huh.
What'd you wish for?
Well, that's a secret.
A secret, huh? Fine. I won't tell you mine either. I'll be as mysterious as you.
Yeah, well, I bet I can guess what yours is.
Is my head so transparent?
You're not a sphinx.
You're right, I don't have secrets. I'll tell you what I wished for. Success and happiness for my children. I wish for when there's a moon, and when there isn't, I wish for it too.
I thought perhaps you wished for a gentleman caller.
Why would you say that?
Well, don't you remember asking me to fetch one?
I remember suggesting it would be nice for your sister to have some young man over. I think I made that suggestion more than once.
Yeah, well, you did make it repeatedly.
Well,
We are gonna have one.
what?
A gentleman caller.
You mean to tell me that you've asked some young nice man to come over?
I did.
You did. And did he accept?
He did.
Well, that's lovely.
I thought it might make you pleased.
So, it's definite.
Oh, very definite.
Soon?
Very soon.
Oh, for heaven's sake, will you stop putting on? Just tell me some
What do you
things.
want me to
will you?
tell you?
Naturally, I would like to know when it's coming.
He's coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
But Tom,
Yes, Mother?
tomorrow gives me no time for
Time for what?
preparations.
And so the following evening I brought Jim home to dinner. I had known Jim slightly in high school. In high school, Jim was a hero. He had tremendous Irish good nature and vitality, with the scrubbed and polished look of white chinaware. He seemed to move in a continual spotlight. He was a star in basketball, captain of the debating club, president of the senior class and the glee club, and he sang the male lead in the annual light operas. His speed had definitely slowed. 6 years after he left high school, he was holding a job that wasn't much better than mine. He was the only one at the warehouse with whom I was on friendly terms with. I was valuable to him, someone who could remember his former glory. He knew my secret practice of retiring to a cabin of the washroom to work on poems when business was slack in the warehouse. He called me Shakespeare. While the other boys in the warehouse regarded me with suspicious hostility, Jim took a humorous attitude toward me. I knew that Jim and Laura had known each other solid, and I had heard Laura speak admiringly of his voice. I didn't know if Jim remembered her or not. In high school, Laura had been unobtrusive, as Jim had been astonishing. I didn't go to the moon. I went much further, for time is the longest distance between places. Not long after that, I was fired for writing a poem on the lid of a shoebox. I left St. Louis. I descended the step of the fire escape for a last time and followed from then on in my father's footsteps. I would have stopped, but I was pursued by something. It always came upon me, unawares, taking me altogether by surprise. Perhaps it was a familiar bit of music. Perhaps it was only a piece of transparent glass. I passed the light in the window of a shop where perfume is sold. The window was filled with pieces of coloured glass, tiny transparent bottles in delicate colours like bits of shattered rainbow. Then all at once my sister touches my shoulder. I turn back and look into her eyes. Oh, Laura. Laura, I tried to leave you behind, but I am more faithful than I intended to be. And so goodbye.
Yes, I think that would be a
Yes,
good idea.
just 5 more minutes, sorry. Thank you for coming. So we were just talking about so we did the glass menagerie, Tennessee Williams. So we researched a lot of practitioners and
The styles and
yeah,
themes that
genre.
went into it.
And how it was linked to his life, it was like his biography, but
Yeah.
to
Because
The-
the
people.
play's a memory play, and Tennessee Williams sort of started this whole genre of memory plays, and it basically means it's like almost like a biography of his life. So the characters in this
Reflected his
yeah,
family.
reflect on his family.
Yeah, and we did a lot of practice with, we researched a lot of Meisner and Stanislavski. So we did a lot of work on the scenes with those practitioners and Methodists. Is that the word? I don't know if that's the word. To really listen to each other because it's realism, and so we practiced. Yeah, not going based on our cues, but actually listening to each other and responding more.
And to get the emotions,
yes.
not only the words.
Yeah, and not creating the motion like fake. So can you guys give us some
Or
feedback?
do they have any questions?
Yeah,
or
any
have any
questions?
questions about anything? Yes.
At the last where he did the voiceover, did Laura get married to the guy she had a no?
Yeah, we were gonna add. Okay. Jim actually ended up being engaged, so he leaves as
Right.
well as Tom. So it's not a very happy.
But read
ending.
the play because it's beautiful.
It's
His visit
it's
is
a great
beautiful.
play. I mean, we really enjoyed looking into it. But yeah, it doesn't really end very well for Laura or Amanda.
We wanted to, because there's the whole section at the end.
We
with,
tried. We
like scenes with Jim
we
and
were
Laura,
very
but
ambitious, but
there's only 3 of us and we couldn't really do
Right.
it.
Okay.
and we had a time limit as well. So I don't know why I did that. Yeah. Anything else?
It was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, we're good. Yes.
Is that it?
Just kind of.
Yeah, really good.
I-
Okay. Thank you
Yep,
very much.
right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.